Hey guys, Genesis here. Coming up soon is Mother's Day. Shout outs, all my warmest regards to all the moms out there. Without you, none of us would be who and where we are right now. Thank you.
So now you have to let your baby fly.
So anyways, as you guessed it, I will be talking about Mother's Day. And the things I'd like to talk about are popular ways that we celebrate it, popular gift, and also I'd like to leave off with some thoughts about how we Americans think about our parents, especially our mother dearest. But I brought in some friends from America and from Canada, which is basically America without much flavor. Ooh, sorry Canada.
How do I usually celebrate Mother's Day? For the past 20 years or so, I've been away from where I grew up.
Yeah.
So it's rare that I'm home for Mother's Day.
Yeah.
So what I usually do is, there's always a phone call home. I would have been young, so I was just sort of around for it. So, my parents would usually go out to have, for a dinner for themselves.
Yeah,
so
mine too.
It's a gift for any mothers to get away from their kids for a while.
Yes.
We always celebrate every year. Even as a kid, we'd always celebrate on the day of. And there's always a Mother's Day dinner.
Nice.
As we got older, the dinner starts a little earlier. So now it starts about 2 in the afternoon, but it's usually...
Mine starts at 2 a.m.
There you go.
This is Ainsley. She is from Canada, which is, I say, is like a less saltier version of America. Your face is way too pretty. I can't even focus on you or the camera or the question. Thank you so much. Guys, this is the end of our interview. Okay, all right, so.
When we were younger, it was always on the day of, but as we got older and time got busier, it was maybe later on in the day for maybe like dinner, and then as we started moving out of the house, it became more of when we had time, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But the less time we had, the bigger the celebration became, the bigger the gift.
Flowers are very common.
Okay.
Candy or chocolate is often very common.
Well, as a kid, we used to make stuff for my mom. Usually we just grill out and spend the day together as a family. As we've gotten older, the gifts have become more plants, because my mom likes to plant.
We would give her maybe like massages or gift cards for a day, basically a day at the spa, when we had money. But when we were younger, it was breakfast in bed, which Dad helped us cook.
Breakfast in bed was attempted.
Wow. That's true. I've never done that for my mother.
I've never done it well.
So, my friends have put in their thoughts. I want to chime in. I want to put in my thoughts because I'm also important. Look, when it comes to Mother's Day, I have one main message, is that you gave birth to me, I'm awesome, you're awesome. So I have everything from what we do to my gifts reflect that. And so my gifts are usually a picture of my handsome face, me working out at the gym, or a picture of my paycheck. Just kidding, guys. That's insane. Honestly, for me, I try to keep Mother's Day simple. It's all about spending time with my mom, talking to her, and enjoying her presence. I don't need anything fancy. But when it comes to a gift for her, I like to think about something I really cherish about her and make my gift reflect that. And maybe even add something to her personality. And then to top it all off, I like to put some poetry in there. My friends also talked about how they think about their parents.
You also become who you are because of your mother, in a sense. She's your first teacher. Something that I learned from my mother was that I wasn't the only person on the earth. It's like, a big part of your importance is caring for others and helping others. It's a big thing I learned from her, and something I still think about today. That selfishness isn't a virtue.
As a child, it wasn't so great, to be honest. but that's probably because I was the rebellious second child.
You still are.
Hey, there's some truth to that. But now that I'm older, now that I moved out of the house, and now that I've spent nearly 5 years in China, any chance my mom has to talk to me, any chance I have to be around her, it's more like two best friends.
I've spent most of my time with my mom, even as a kid, because after school I would go to her salon and work with her.
Oh, your mom's a hairdresser.
She owned her own hair salon, yeah.
Awesome.
So every day after school I was with her more than anyone else, and as I've gotten older we've gotten closer, which I didn't know was possible, but...
To get closer with your mom.
Well, because we've always been close. She's my best friend, and she's the person that I've always admired the most.
We're now looking at Haley's twin sister / her mom. Do you notice a difference? No, because there's none. Yes, it is possible to be the exact clone of your sister and your daughter. It has happened now in history. The world is ending.
I want to add one thing, which I think is pretty special about American culture, and I think this is even extending to Western culture as a whole. That a lot of parents raise their children as if they're already adults. Like, yo, if your kid is 3 years old, he can already decide which job he's going to do even if he can't walk. Oh, actually, that's kind of sad if your 3-year-old can't walk. If it's a normal kid, maybe you don't want to put that joke in. It's to the point that sometimes you hear children calling their own parents by their first name. It's like, hey, what's up, Judy? Like, yo, who's Judy? You're gonna get slapped, 3-year-old child. That's your mom. Call her mom. Also, a lot of times now in America, a lot of children act like they know more than their parents. This is because a lot of times parents give their children lots of respect or more authority than they have themselves as parents. It's pretty striking. Now, I think the best examples of this turn out when parent and child or parents and child become best friends. It's great. But sometimes it's like, I just want to say that, hey, children are not adults yet. But anyways, so I just wanted to say very quickly that I feel like one thing about some American parents is that they treat their children like they're adults. They give them a lot of freedom to choose for themselves, to do what they want, to the point that sometimes I think parents are a bit scared or at least nervous about telling their kids what to do. It's almost like they feel like they don't have the right to, or it's almost like they feel like they shouldn't. I think this is something interesting, and it makes some of us Americans who we are now. So, anyways, thank you again for tuning in. This is Genesis here. I do hope that if you have the opportunity to hang out with your mom for Mother's Day, it happens. If not, send her some lovely greetings for all the love that she poured into your life.
Damn, I miss my mom now. I just did a loogie. I just blew a snot because I miss my... This is me crying. I don't cry with my eyes, I cry with my nose.
Thank you again. Remember that every Friday we have an episode just for you at 12 p.m. lunchtime. Don't just eat your lunch, eat peas in a pod. But don't eat me. Also, check out the description box for more information about the stuff we talked about today. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you guys next week. Happy Mother's Day.